So I'm gonna start this video off right here and show y'all the place where it started at because I think this is highly important because this little caption stuff I made right here should show you everything. All right. And so when you find out that the person wasn't in the county, y'all gonna be like, well, how do you know? How do you know she wasn't in the county? Well, here you go. Let's understand how she could have made that call, right? And it says, if you called 911 for Fulton County, DeKalb County will not need to transfer you, as Fulton County has its own 911 system and dispatch center. Here's a more detailed explanation. Fulton County has its own 911 system. Fulton County operates its own 911 dispatch center and emergency services, so calls originating within Fulton County will be handled by Fulton County dispatchers. DeKalb 911. DeKalb County also has its own 911 system and dispatch center, which handles calls originating within DeKalb County. Exceptions. There may be instances where calls are transferred, such as if the caller is in a specific area where another agency has responsibility, or if a specialized service, like a mental health crisis line, needs to be contacted. Cellular calls, when calling from a cellular phone, your location is not always automatically known, so you will need to tell the dispatcher the location of the emergency. Y'all seen that screenshot. Y'all seen it. Ain't no way. If the screenshot is malfunctioning, look at this mug shot. The definition of mug shot right here.
What the hell? What the hell? What the helly?
Witchcraft. Now, if you have nothing nice to say, type it in the chat. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. That, she looked like, you remember Ducky from Land Before Time? Yeah, that's what she looking like, bro. I ain't gonna hold you, bro. That's like one of them little worms off of Men in Black. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man. I would say somebody else, but okay, I'm not gonna say her, but they kind of favor each other. It's amazing what glue, synthetic hair, and makeup can do. Fellas, we must start doing our makeup. I'm joking. I'm kidding. Now, on a serious note, this is going to end up being one of those things where we learn a lesson. Unfortunately, that shouldn't have been learned this way. Not in this capacity. Like in a best way type of capacity would have been Scooter got his house swatted, and then police would have came. It would have been a big old argument. He probably would have got roughed up a little bit and then got to sue. And then police would have turned around, would have admitted their guilt, and then basically went after the lady who made the call. And they would have pushed that to the forefront. Nobody dies. And I know y'all like, why would y'all want him to get hurt? Because, bruh, get paid. Hey, police walk up, punch me dead in my mouth. I'm finna act like I just got hit by a bolt of lightning from Zeus.
Hey, yo, you. Can you subscribe and turn on that bell, too? Because when you do, you're helping unbiased, independent news.
What you talking about? Nah, hell nah. So there's that. But also, I'm glad a lot of y'all learning law. I'm not saying I'm the reason. I'm not doing that. I'm not about to be like, oh yeah, I'm the catalyst and all this stuff and everything like that. I'm not saying that at all. But I will say this, that I'm glad that more people are able to point to the law. So as we go to our Justia law, we want to go to D2. That's all that matters. That's B as in Bravo, C as in Charlie, D. If serious bodily harm or death results from the response of a public safety agency, or if the location of response to an unlawful request for emergency assistance is a dwelling or a place of worship, a person convicted of a first violation of this code section shall be guilty of a felony and shall be punished by imprisonment for not less than 1 nor more than 10 years by a fine of not less than $5,000 or So there's that, but also the mystery that still exists might be coming to an end pretty soon, because when I showed y'all this video in the background, started looking like, man, maybe the police is telling the truth. Medical examiner's press report for Kenneth Bailey. Case number 2025-00821. That's important for you people who want the Freedom of Information Act to send that in. 39 years old, black male, date of injury 3/28/2025, date of death 3/28/2025. The Office of the Fulton County Medical Examiner performed an autopsy on Kenneth Bailey on Saturday, March 29, 2025. Case of death: penetrating injury of the right thigh. Manner of death: accident. Comment: Mr. Bailey sustained a penetrating injury of the right thigh that created marked blood loss. This injury was not a gunshot wound. Mr. Bailey injured himself on organic wooden fencing material and/or woody debris after vaulting at least one fence. Now, correct me if we're wrong, but wouldn't it have just been best to say that he had a right thigh injury from penetrating wood instead of having to define that he was not shot and then telling us how he got there? I mean, no disrespect at how I say this, but you wasn't there. How the hell you know he even jumped fences? We taking the police at their word that he jumped fences, but that part right there, bro, it always get weird when they start doing stuff like that. You know? Now, can you still say the police killed him? Yeah. Because there's this thing, right? And this is what the police did. Had they never shown up, he would still be here. You know what I'm saying? Police are saying, yeah, that's true. So had she never called us, we wouldn't have came. That was a woman who was essentially pissed off, more than likely ran a play. Confidence was on zero. But because of her body, more than likely, she probably got a dope body. I ain't gonna hold you. She probably got a dope body. She got a little name. These TV shows, they draw people in. They make you want to be next to what you perceive as fame. Because if you have fame, then you can charge. What could you charge for? You could charge for these 20v1s. You could charge for these pop the balloons. You could charge for club fees. You could charge for interviews. There is a monetary gain from those who seek a small level of fame. Now, when we're looking at this, it's just a lesson, unfortunately. It's one of the hardest lessons because death is permanent. There's a rumor that's going out that, oh, his son was there in the house, and his son was the one who ran. Basically, his dad told him, nah, just go back. I'm finna take him on one. And that's why he ran or whatever. I don't know. They try to act like it was guns and drugs and all this stuff in the house. I don't think so, because had that been the case, I mean, they said they searched the house for the woman. Now, if you're saying it was a false 911 call, then none of that crap would even matter because it's called fruit of the poisonous tree. But we'll see, man. In the last video, when I had basically stated that the shots and all that stuff and everything like that, I wasn't saying that was by the house. I'm just saying this is where the confusion came from. Remember in the beginning, there was a guy who was shot, but they didn't put the age up. We knew, well, we didn't, but we knew in a sense, Scooter wasn't 40 years old. That's next year. So we knew in a sense that Scooter wasn't 40 years old, but we also knew that, hey, man, somebody did get shot. So that's where it's at. it's cool to clear up the confusion, basically, is all I'm alluding to. But it is what it is on that one, man. Ladies. Do you want to spend 5 to 10 in jail and then to be hated? That man's kids are going to hate that woman. And if they're smart, they're going to sue the mess out of that woman. They're going to sue the rest of the track glue out her head. If they smart. Right now, they're pissed off. Because there's people saying that the son actually is talking from an emotional standpoint. He's not speaking of any truth. I don't know, man. But I know that what they're saying is Future paid for that autopsy and the family got it. And the family's voice isn't as loud as y'all would want it to be. Hell, the woman, when she decided she was going to come online and tell her truth, bruh, she only had like 170 people in there. See, these people aren't the people y'all think they are. They're just not. They're not. They're not the people that you can sit up there and scroll for Instagram and search and all that stuff, because sometimes people don't want to deal with that. There's times where we say, well, I've said this to a couple of people, let the internet fight your battles. Let your people fight your battles. You don't got to do nothing. And that's what happened here, man. Subscribe, turn on bell, stay notified, share to keep your people where. I appreciate y'all, man, for rocking with us, bruh. This has been one of the dopest experiences, but it's also looking like it's going to come with a form of responsibility. So I will make sure at doing my best to keep on giving you all that genuine stuff. And if you see a quote unquote clickbait title, try listening to the whole thing. I explain it all. Some people call it clickbait. Some call it sensationalizing. I don't think I do that, but it is what it is, man. But I'll catch you on the next one.